Hi everyone, it's me, Curtis Parody, back building another house in The Sims 3. Today I'm building my dream house. So lots of people requested that I build this house in The Sims 3 using the moderator tool on my website, so I'm here building it, and the first thing you're going to notice about this house is it's quite small. Mainly the reason is I'm not really a big fan of large houses. They look really nice and everything, but as a personal house for myself, I'm looking for something that's much smaller. Now, it should be no surprise that I'm actually building a modern house as my dream house. This is because, well, I'm a big fan of modern houses. They let in so much natural light, and the look of it is just so different that I don't know, I'm just a big fan of it being different. So that's my sort of design that I've went for this. The main living room area has let in so much light. That's one of the things I really like about modern architecture as well. So here you can see there are a bunch of skylights that'll be over top of the main living room, kitchen, dining room area. Also, the walls on that area are going to be just glass. For one main look, because when you're in the master bedroom upstairs, I want you to be able to look out through this wall of glass and just to see like the ocean and the town below, which is mainly the reason that I went for this. So it's a really nice look. Lots of natural light being let in all over the place. Now this is probably my favorite part of the whole video, is just watch me adding in these cross sections inside of the skylights. It's just crazy how fast I go with all these different things, but it's very simple to add. If you're wondering how to actually build these skylights, basically you just don't put any flooring over top of your house, and it creates a skylight. It's very simple, actually. So here, adding some windows. As you can see, I'm very fast to build this house because it's quite small, but it's roomy and it's really nice, and I really like it in the end. So it is my dream house in the end. Okay, so we're just adding in more windows here. This will become the main living room, kitchen, and dining room area of the house. There's lots and lots of windows to let in all of the natural light. And if you're not a big fan of windows, then this is not going to be your house for you. And I don't mean windows as in the operating system. I mean windows as in the pieces of glass that light comes through. As you can see here, just adding the railing around the outside of the house. The one thing that I really like about like older style houses is they have like the wraparound veranda type thing, and I thought, well, I can probably bring that to a modern house, just of course without the roof over top of it. So I kind of brought it in. It's kind of a little bit more modern, but a little less. So it's, I don't know, how do I explain that? That didn't make any sense, but it does in my mind, I suppose. Here's the kitchen, as you can see, very modern, black, and stainless steel countertop as well. Right here, I connect the two countertops together. Now this is not possible normally, but you can use a cheat code. The cheat code is move objects underscore on, I believe, or is there no underscore? I can't remember. Why don't I remember? That's a very crazy thing, but that will allow you to intersect two different objects. I know lots of people have been asking for that cheat, and remember, if you've ever wondered what a cheat is, there's this website, and it's very popular. I'm not sure if you heard about it. It's called Google. You can search for lots of stuff on that. So I highly recommend it. Also, in the future, if you don't already know, I am working on something else to help you with cheat codes. So you may have noticed that the main dining room table looks a lot like the table that I used in another house. That's because, well, I like the look of that table, and I thought I'd just bring it over. So it's fairly simple. It's the same style, red and black. I don't know why. I think it just looks really cool, and so I brought it over to this house. Here's a big sectional, as you can tell here, just plain white. It's very clean looking. Also, there's like black granite behind the fireplace, and then of course on the fireplace there's white granite and stainless steel. Large grand piano because, side note, if you don't already know this, which I don't think a lot of people do, I have this weird obsession with like wanting to know how to play the piano. I don't know why. I think it just looks really cool. And seriously, if I could have a grand piano in my house, I would. So I put one in there. Plus, there was also extra room for it, so I was like, well, something needs to fill in that space, otherwise it just looks too bland and boring. Now, I am going to replace the wall coverings, which I literally just did as I said that, so that really doesn't matter, but the old coverings didn't really work, wasn't modern enough, so now it's just like a plain white, which, yeah, is kind of boring, but the main reason I have it always like that is so that you can hang like pieces of art on there, which I am currently doing right now. Ooh, I timed that out really good. Actually, I didn't. I'm just kind of rambling right now. But I like to put art and other stuff on the walls, so it really accents it because it's not distracting from the art. It's just like the art is there. Yeah, we'll say that. That's a pretty good excuse. No, it's probably not. But anyway, there's a rug there on the way into the house. The entrance is not really that elaborate, just because the main idea behind this is you enter the house, yes, but what you see through the little hallway there is just this huge open area with just lots of glass, and you can just see the outdoors. Because another thing that I like about glass and the windows is it just lets the outdoors in, and it just ties everything together so well. So that's just one of the things that I really like about it. So we're upstairs now in the master bedroom, as you can see here. I laid down a different flooring, the wood paneling flooring, sure, we'll call it that. Anyway, on the floors just because I thought it looked a little bit better. You're going to notice that the bed here is on one of the stage parts that came with late night. So just raises it up a little bit, adds it on its own level. Another fireplace in here. I deleted off the chimneys for the fireplace just because I didn't like them. If you're wondering how I did that, it's actually the same cheat that I used to intersect objects. You just move objects on, and then you grab your hand tool, and you can literally click and delete the chimneys off of your fireplaces. So even though I have 2 fireplaces in this house, you actually see no chimneys coming out of the roof of the house, it's a cool effect. So if you really want to do that, you can. I've used it in a lot of other houses as well. So the main what is it, bedroom? Yeah, that's a bedroom. Wow, couldn't even remember what it was. Wow. Anyway, so the main bedroom's down there, and now we're moving on to the master closet, I guess, the walk-in closet, we'll call it that. It's fairly nice, fairly simple. There's nothing really exotic about it. Here's the master bathroom. The one thing I really like about it is it has like this jut out piece. As you can see, it's kind of cut off right now, but there's going to be a tub in it in a minute or two, or a couple seconds probably. And I don't know, I think it's just really cool. See, there's the tub. Aha. But it's like a separate little area, but it's not cut off from the main area, and it's kind of cool. Also downstairs, the study is right below the bathroom here, so you're going to notice I put like desks and stuff in that corner, which would be cool. So yeah, you'll see that in a minute. Here, the main balcony over top of the outside of the master bedrooms up there as well. Basically, there's nothing else. It's very simple upstairs. Here's the study. As you can see, 2 computer desks with 2 computers and 2 chairs, because that's what I want. I like my L desk, and because The Sims doesn't have one, I kind of had to improvise. A bunch of bookcases. Even though I don't have books, I still like the idea of bookcases filled with books. I think it just looks cool, and yeah, that's basically the only reason I have them there is for the look, not for the actual function. But you can sit in there and read. I added the couch and the chair just so you can chillax in there, read. It's a very relaxing area. Added some more art on the walls, and it's very simple. Here is the one bedroom that's on this level as well. It's fairly simple, double bed. There's nothing really fancy about these extra bedrooms. I never really put anything in them for the one reason of, if you were to download this house, which you can, and I'll talk about it a little later, you can, change the bedrooms up to whatever you want. So if you need it to be like a teenager's bedroom, or maybe an older person's bedroom, or a young kid's bedroom, you can do that. I don't put a lot of stuff in them, so it's basically up to you. The bathroom right there now, and I'm working on the laundry room right now, which is very simple. Laundry room doesn't need to be very big. Washer, dryer, you're pretty much done. So nothing very complicated. Here we are downstairs. It's a little bit different. There's the garage right there to park your car in. It's only a 1-car garage though, just because, I don't know, I don't really need a 2-car garage or anything else. Of course, I'm going to put a nice car in it, because who doesn't want a really nice car in their dream house? These items, if you're wondering where they came from the stuff pack called Fast Lane. Basically, it allows you to get some stuff for your different, your garage and stuff. So a cool idea, this was kind of like the Iron Man sort of idea, which is in his garage, in Iron Man's, he has like this wall of glass where people on the outside can see in. I thought that was really cool, especially for like a rumpus room sort of thing downstairs. I was like, well, you have a nice car, why can't you see it through the wall? Well, we'll put windows there so you actually can. So it's kind of a cool idea. Here's like a seating area, a theater type area. I used the half walls to give it like a separation, but it's not a true separation, but you get the feeling. I recolored the paneling and everything, so it gives like this darker look. I'm also going to be adding some, what are they called? The drapes. There, you can see them right there, the red ones, just along the sides. Gives it more of this movie theater type feel. So down here, the 2 other bedrooms are down here along with a bathroom. Now I did cut those out of this video just because, number 1, there's pretty much nothing in them, and it's kind of plain and boring, and number 2 is I just needed the extra time because I don't really like uploading really long videos. Now this video is quite long, but it would have been longer, so I kind of cut that out. But now outside we're doing some landscaping. This is off to the one side of the house. Really nice big steps here. This will go down to a nice landing area. There's going to be a pond. There's a cool little sitting area. You'll see it in a second anyway. I really like it. I thought it was a really cool idea just to have like a seating area. And from here it'll also go down another set of steps down into where the main pool is. There's also another bar down there. I don't know why I have a lot of bars throughout this house, because I don't drink, so I don't know. But in the rumpus room downstairs, there was a bar. There's also a bar by the pool. I don't know. Maybe in the future I'm going to become really into drinking, but I don't think that's happening. So I don't know. It looks cool, and if you have a party, lots of people are going to want to drink. So it's kind of how it works. As you can see here, I just added this. It's like a wood trellis over top of where there's going to be a seating area. It's supported by these columns, and everything's like the same color. I just used Create a Style to do this, so it's fairly straightforward and simple. Just adding some like a brick. It's like a rock wall, I suppose, behind there. There's the couches, as you can see, and there's some chairs. It's just a really nice seating area. And then I use the stone, or it's marble, I'm not really sure, coffee table to seat it there. And right here, just clearing off a section to put the pond in. So it's kind of cool. You come down the stairs, there's a pond. Got to fill it up with, there's going to be a fountain in it as well. And we'll put some flowers around it. Now, the one thing is, I never claimed to be the greatest at landscaping. I'm just going to say this. I personally think that I'm not really that good, trying to learn as much as possible. I'm constantly learning, just like everyone else, but added way too many flowers around this pond. But if you download this house, you can actually take away some of the flowers, so don't worry. Now, if you're wanting to download this house, you can. It's available on the Sims 3 Exchange free of charge, so there is a link in the description below. Also, if you want to see more images and other pictures of this house and all the rest of my Sims 3 houses, there's also a link in the description below for exclusive other content located on my website. Now, if you're interested in watching more Sims 3 house videos, there should be an annotation in the top right or left-hand corner of this video, so you can actually find a playlist full of all of my Sims 3 house videos. Now, if you have a house that you want to see me build in The Sims 3, why not suggest it? You can actually use, there's a link in the description below to actually request a house. You'll be transferred to a page on my website where you can use the Google moderator to actually suggest a house. It's as simple as suggesting it, and you can also vote up and down on other people's suggestions, and the top rated house at the end of a month will be built the next following month. It's actually very simple. It's a very simple system, and anyone has a chance of getting their house built. Okay, so we're just finishing up around the pool here, adding some pool chairs. Here's the other bar that I talked about a little bit earlier. Also, there's a hot tub because you know it, there's a hot tub in my dream house. Surprisingly enough, there's not multiple hot tubs because I love hot tubs so much, but there's not. There's just one because really you don't need more than one hot tub. Also, just adding some lights around here. We're going to go out into the front now and actually work on the front gate of my house, which is very simple. It's very modern-esque. I don't know, it's fairly simple. I added just like the half walls on top with the little glass pieces. I think it looks like a really cool effect. I've also added this on the main house over top of the fireplace in the like a glass atrium area where the living room, dining room, and kitchen are. Now, this was probably one of the most annoying things to actually work on in the house was the actual front driveway area, just because the house is on such a high level compared to like the entrance gate. So this took a long time of me flattening out the ground and getting it to the proper heights and everything. So right now I'm just laying out like the basic idea of where the driveways will be, but you'll see in a minute that I start leveling off ground and everything else. So here we go, we're starting to level ground. So it's very simple, drive your car up. There's going to be like a ring where you can drive around. There's also a driveway down to the garage here. In the center, there's just a bunch of, there's going to be like flowers and bushes and shrubs and stuff like that. Nothing really fancy. This is what took a long time because I wanted it to look really good. Sort of. I hope it looks good. I don't know. I think it looks good. Hopefully you think the same. But tried to get everything level so it didn't look like it was just such a drastic change in level between the top and the bottom. So your car can drive up smoothly, even though in The Sims 3 your car doesn't drive on the driveway, it just appears in your garage or wherever your parking spot is. One of the flaws in The Sims 3, but I guess that's just what we have to deal with. So still adding some, what is it, shrubs around it, I guess. It's kind of like it's like a wall shrub thing. It's very confusing. I suppose it's a shrub, yes. Flattening out more ground to make it more of a gradient sort of style way down. I don't know. I'm lost for words onto how to describe that, but just leveling it out with the simple terrain leveling tool. If you're wondering what I'm using, it just makes it nice and smooth. Adding in the driveway here, I decided to go with like a stone driveway. I thought it just looked cool. It wasn't completely modern, kind of old school, but it still looks really nice. I like what the effect was at the end, and yeah, it's very simple. It's very, very, very stony, if you want to say that. Down here into the lower part, and yeah, there's where the garage is. As you can see, there's kind of like a little balcony over top of the garage. It's kind of cool. It's very simple. Leveling around the ground just to make it look more realistic. I kind of smoothed it around instead of just leaving like the jagged edges. Smooth it out, make it look like the house is built on a hill instead of just jaggedly moved ground. Here's the bushes that are inside the center here. Nothing really fancy. It's just kind of like a space taker-upper, if that makes any sense. That doesn't. It's horrible vocabulary. I should probably get a thesaurus. That'd probably help. I need more acronyms or whatever else. Adjectives. I don't know. Post in the comment section below. Tell me other words to describe other words that are very good. That would be great. I'd love to hear it. There's a little fountain there. I don't know why. I just thought it looked good. You know, simple as that. This is mostly what I go with all the time when I'm building my houses is, does it look good? Yes, no. If it's yes, then it stays. If it's no, then it goes. It's as very simple as that. Adding lights all the way around the driveway because, let's face it, I don't want to drive off of this if I'm driving that nice car that's downstairs in the garage. So, I just don't. I want to see where I'm going. So we're going to put lights around. It's very simple. Here's some trees in the front, privacy trees, I suppose if you can call it that. And I'm going to put some shrubs around. There, you can see them right there on the other side of the fence. So no one can see into my yard. I'm not sure why. Like, I have nothing to hide, but I don't know. It's just something I want. Adding a little lean over on top of the actual main doorway here, and then adding a bunch of trees. Like tons of trees. I don't know why I added so many trees looking back at it now, but I did, and it happened, so I added a bunch of trees. And yeah, lots and lots of trees. I guess it kind of gives this cool sheltered sort of look and everything else like that. Yeah, it's fairly simple. So if you guys, hey, here's a question. If you tell me in the comment section below, what house, if you've been watching this video closely, what house is beside this house in the town that this house is being built in? If you see, there's little clips all over the place, so if you guys can tell me, it'd be really cool. So here we are with the final build of the house. As you can see, here is the main area. Here's the kitchen dining room area on top. Here's the kitchen itself and the master bedroom coming up here. So remember, guys, you can download this house from the Sims 3 Exchange for free. There is a link in the description below. If you want to request a house, you can find a link in the description below to request a house. And if you want to, I don't know, if you want to subscribe, that'd be great. The more subscribers, the better. The more subscribers, the higher likely chance that I build more Sims 3 houses. Also, remember to thumb this video up because you love it and all that other great stuff. You can find me on Facebook at facebook.com/thecurtisparodyshow and twitter.com/curtisparody. Anyway, guys, I want to thank you for watching this video today. Remember to have a great time and happy simming!